The following presentation was not filmed in front of a live studio audience. The program is an experiment in stand-up comedy in isolation. It includes, but is not limited to, jokes, gags, rants, sarcasm, silliness, songs, handsome features, bad hair, and strong language which may not be suitable for children or people without a sense of humor. Please enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, from the comfort of your own home, please give a big warm welcome, performing from his own bathroom, go wild for Ignacio Lopez!
Buenas tardes, I'm Ignacio Lopez and this is my lockdown comedy special. You might have a few questions, things like, Ignacio, what the fuck is this? It's a lockdown comedy special. You know how comedians perform all around the country, around the world, to audiences? Well, I can't do that because I'm stuck in my flat. So this is a worldwide tour of my flat that you get to enjoy from the comfort of your own home. This is actually the perfect audience because you can't leave. You could mute me, but what is this, the Panama Papers? I don't want to know about your loopholes. Just shut up and watch the show. Other questions might include, Ignacio, who the fuck are you? I'm a Spanish-Welsh comedian. I've been doing this for 10 years. Spanish-Welsh? Ignacio, how the fuck did this happen? You know in the 80s when everyone in the UK used to go on holiday to Spain and they used to come back with gifts for people? Stuff like a nice bottle of wine, a box of cigarettes, if they were feeling adventurous, a straw donkey. Well, my mom came back with me. That's why my middle name is Duty Free. Ignacio Duty Free Lopez. It's on my passport. So this is kind of a comedy special. If a comedy special was a hastily written hour just put out on the internet for free, then yes, it is. Is this going to work? I don't have a fucking clue. Let's just try anyway. There's obviously a lot of comedy special cliches I won't be able to do. Like I can't come up on stage and say, hey everyone, this is my favorite city in the world to perform at. I'm so happy to be ending my tour here. And I don't have the benefit of being able to cut to an audience to prove that I'm not racist. You know, like if a comedian makes a joke, for instance, about Nigerians, the video director be like, cut to some black people in the audience. See, we're not racist. And I'm like, are those black people Nigerian? And the video director's like, I don't know, we didn't ask them. That seems kind of racist. So there won't be any of that in my special. Partly because I don't live with any Nigerian people, but if other comedians do, then it's quite feasible. At least I don't think I live with Nigerians. To be honest, I haven't asked my girlfriend if she's Nigerian. I just assume she's Welsh. So we don't have all the bells and whistles of a regular comedy special, but I try to make it a bit more fun for you as well. I know the British love puns and drinking, so every time I make a bit of pun-intentional wordplay, how about you drink? We don't do puns in Spain because we're too busy enjoying ourselves. I've played a lot of toilets in my time, but this takes the urinal cake. That's pun number one. It's great to be playing my favorite room in the whole flat. It is. You might call it the toilet, the bathroom, the loo. I call it the phone booth because this is where I do most of my phone-based entertainment. I'll be looking at WhatsApp on the toilet. I'll be watching YouTube videos while I'm brushing my teeth. I'm Googling stuff in the shower. Siri, is my phone waterproof?
No, you stupid asshole.
Shit. I don't know if you spotted when I got out of the bath here, but I've got a bit of a stain on my jeans. It's actually toothpaste. It's not every day that the stage and the green room is one space, so I was making advantage of that. And I was brushing my teeth. I got some toothpaste on my jeans, all right? It's toothpaste. I don't know if you know this, but toothpaste is great for getting jizz stains out of your jeans. Lockdown is definitely the cleanest I've ever felt in my life. Not just because I'm washing my hands every 15 minutes and singing happy birthday to myself in the shower. No, but because I'm spending at least 3 hours a day in the bath crying and drinking beer. Speaking of which, this is a night on the tiles. I love a frothy beer. There was another pun in there as well. Someone I really feel sorry for in all this is toilet attendants in nightclubs. As soon as lockdown hit, it was like, what are those guys going to do? You can't walk around your own flat saying, spray for the lay. This could have been the golden age for toilet attendants. They could have walked around saying things like, soap for hope, or 75% alcohol-based hand gel to stop you giving corona to your nana. If they'd been saying that in clubs, you would have had some idiot saying, can this be used as lube? No, you're still getting the clap. I'm trying to be more environmentally friendly. I read once that to preserve water for the environment, you should pee in the shower. I thought I'd give it a try. I thought it was a great idea. My ex-girlfriend did not agree. She thought it was one step too far, and she was really angry that I didn't wait for her to get out of the shower first. You're killing the planet, Amy. Another reason I use the bathroom is to come in and admire my mustache in the mirror. We actually have mustaches given to us when we reach the age of 6 in school in Spain. It's a bit like in British school where they upgrade you from crayons to pens, only we upgrade from crayons to mustaches. People ask me, Ignacio, what grooming products do you use? To be honest, I just get whatever's on offer in the supermarket. So this month, cat food and grapes. I understand tensions are mounting during lockdown, and it's going to be quite intense living in close proximity with someone. I live with my girlfriend, and we're usually pretty chilled out about stuff, but one thing we've started arguing a lot about is my mustache hairs in the sink. I know it bugs her, so I try and clean them as best as I can. When I'm done trimming my mustache, you could use my sink as an advert on billboards next to Barry Scott for Silic Bang. I scrub the bathroom top to bottom, vacuum it, make sure you can't see a single hair inside. But within 6 seconds of my girlfriend walking in, she's like, what the fuck is this, Ignacio? She should be a forensic investigator. No serial killer would have got away with shit if he were dating my girlfriend. She could sense the whisper of a memory of a mustache follicle. If she was a forensic scientist, she'd walk in and within seconds, we got him, chief. Let me interrogate him. There is no good cop. So we argue about it. My girlfriend comes and she's like, this is disgusting. I'm like, what's disgusting about it? You were kissing that on my face 5 minutes ago. How has it changed? What timeline does it suddenly become disgusting? What distance from my face does a hair become disgusting? Are you like, that's disgusting? Oh wait, that's an eyelash hair, that's fine? We try and come up with solutions. My girlfriend once bought me like a big bib that you attach to your neck while you're trimming your mustache hairs, and you stick it with suction cups to the mirror, and you trim your hair and it's all in this bib. But the problem is you finish and you're just left with this like reverse superhero cape with mustache hairs all over it. Super difficult to dispose of that, all right? You're walking around like backwards Batman trying to dispose of some hairs. I can't even shave my mustache off. It's back almost immediately. I stupidly tried it once when I was getting a passport photo done. Big mistake. I tried to get a flight a few days later and I get stopped at the machine. Unidentified ethnicity in the passport area. Then I get taken to the booth where I have to see a human being. And I'm like, what's the problem? How come it doesn't allow me to go through? And they said, well, you've got a mustache, but on your passport photo, you don't have a mustache. Okay. Can I maybe draw a mustache on with a Sharpie on my passport? You know they don't have a sense of humor when they're like, no, go in there and get fisted. I'm sure I'm going to see one of those life hack videos. You're doing it wrong, the way I trim my mustache. You know the ones I'm talking about. You're scrolling through social media and a video pops up. Hey, you're doing it wrong. What am I doing wrong? I'm just scrolling through social media. Eating bananas. I wasn't eating a banana. I haven't eaten a banana in weeks. That's not how you eat bananas. What, like this? That's not how you eat a banana? No, you should be doing it like this. What? Since when? Why? Has there been some kind of scientific breakthrough we should know about? No, we filmed some monkeys and that's how they eat bananas. I don't give a shit how those nitpicking furry fucks eat their bananas. I've been doing just fine eating bananas the way I eat them. Monkeys do all kinds of things differently. What, am I going to be sat on the toilet and just see a video? No, you're doing it wrong. What am I doing wrong? Shitting. What do you mean I'm shitting wrong? You're not supposed to shit in the toilet and flush it? Well, how else do you want me to do it? You're supposed to be shitting into your hand and flinging it at other human beings that you like. Fucking monkeys. Something people lost their absolute shit about when lockdown started was toilet paper. Why? I didn't see the announcement where they were like, hey, Corona turns you into Niagara Falls. Toilet paper annoys me anyway. Toilet paper, loo roll, or bum floss as my flatmate in university used to call it. It's not going to catch on, Ben. I just get whatever the cheapest toilet paper is, but if you're feeling flush, you get one of the name brands. I hate the way toilet paper is advertised. It makes no sense. It's like, hey, look at this soft baby dog. Don't you want to wipe your ass with it? That doesn't make any sense. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care how cushioned it is or how many ply it is. I don't even know what ply means. All I care about if I'm buying toilet paper is please tell me my finger won't go through if I'm using it. People went wild buying toilet paper when it looked like we were going to be locked up for a few weeks. And yes, I get it. We all need toilet paper. But why so much? I figured it out. One guy was shopping on that first day, before we went into lockdown, when we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. And he happened to be buying a megaton of toilet paper. Other people saw him in the supermarket. They were like, what the fuck's that guy doing? They're picking up pasta, paracetamol, whatever. They see this guy with his trolley full going through checkout. They're like, we better get some toilet paper. People see those people buying toilet paper. They start to do the same. Eventually, outside Tesco, everyone's coming up, filling up their cars with toilet paper. People are arriving, driving past. They're like, why do those people need so much fucking toilet paper? They're taking pictures of it, posting it on social media, calling their friends, sending on WhatsApp, Facebook. It's everywhere. The panic for toilet paper spread quicker than Corona does. Soon the whole country was losing their shit over toilet paper. That doesn't count as a pun. Every supermarket, Aldi, Lidl, Sainsbury's, gone. All because of one guy. And the truth is, he didn't need that toilet paper for himself. He just adopted the Andrex puppy. If people's only experience of toilet paper was on television adverts, they'd think they had to buy it at Pets at Home. Hi, any chance I could buy a Labrador to wipe my butt? Time for a song, I think. This is a ballad. Avoid the tide of the warm running stream. Standing there alone. Is this a bad dream? Discarded like half a broken wooden peg. You bent out of shape like a stamped on spider's leg. You're the last pubic hair in the shower. Standing all alone, standing all alone. The last pubic hair in the shower. Standing all alone, standing all alone. Like the smelly kid in the park. Or an Aussie guy that hasn't punched a shark. Used to hang proud on some ball. But now you're stuck adorning white tiled walls. The last pubic hair in the shower. Standing all alone, standing all alone. Let's move on to the next tour date.
Bringing you laughter from his own kitchen, please put your hands together for Ignacio Lopez.
Buenas tardes, welcome to my kitchen. Time to cook up some jokes, I think. This is my favorite room of the flat. The last venue I played was a real shithole. Between you and me, somebody put the toilet paper facing towards the wall instead of away from the wall, so I pissed on the floor in protest. So here I am in the kitchen. This is where I cook, but mainly I wash dishes. I find that I wash dishes about 100 times more than I actually cook in this place. I don't know why that is. I don't mind washing dishes. I quite enjoy it. It's relaxing. It reminds me of my Spanish grandmother. My mother tells me that she was fascinated by running water and she'd always be running her hands through it. She grew up in Morocco, so I figured that maybe they just didn't have access to good water. But it turns out she just really missed her job as a CIA interrogator. When we started lockdown, Michelle and I tried to eat a bit healthier, thinking maybe we could lose some weight. We cut out carbs, sugar, alcohol, all desserts, all the fun food. But over 3 weeks, we lost the will to live, and now we're back to stuffing our face with whatever. I have managed to cut sugar out of my diet. I was having 2 spoonfuls of sugar with each cup of tea or coffee, but I managed to cut that down to 1. And now I've switched to sweetener. And what's incredible is I would have so much sugar in stuff, but what I've realized is just a tiny bit of sweetener can make anything taste like absolute shit. When lockdown kicked off, we made sure we stocked up everything responsibly. We didn't go nuts. We went to the supermarket. One thing it's shown me is that British people have no idea how much 2 meters is. I was trying to explain to my friends. I said it's the height of a regular door. Just a normal door in your house. Imagine that laid out. That's how far you have to stay away from people. I had to clarify, do not walk around with a door under your arm. It's madness. People either think 2 meters is like 50 foot and they're like, stay away from me, like the length of a supermarket away, 2 double-decker buses, or they're directly up behind you trying to cough on your goddamn elbow. Just popping down to Tesco is like going through airport security. I know the drill. I'm there taking my shoes off to make sure I can make it in. I get to the entrance and they're like, no, you don't have a mustache in this photograph. For God's sakes! It's fun walking through Tesco imagining you're in duty free though. I'm going somewhere hot and exotic. No, I'm going back home to cry in the bath with beer again. It's kind of a shame it's not like going through the airport, because then people would be able to use those novelty Toblerone to figure out how far 2 meters is away from someone. Obviously, people were stocking up on regular supplies when they started shopping. You know, paracetamol, important, toilet paper, yeah, okay, figures. But pasta? Why so much pasta, UK? I know it's impossible to get the measurements right when you're boiling that stuff, but how much pasta do you need? What are we going to get? Pasta. You gonna get any sauce with that? Nope, just dry pasta. I figured it out though. The reason British people bought so much pasta is because the fridge is full of alcohol. You can't put any fresh food in there. What about the freezer? That's full of chips. British people love chips to an insane level. I can't even explain to other nationalities how much British people eat chips. They eat chips with everything. You even eat chips with foods you've stolen from other cultures. What are we gonna have with this Indian takeaway? How about some chips? In Wales, there's a thing they do called half and half. Half rice, half chips. How many carbohydrates do you need? I went to a fish and chips restaurant because I thought, this will be fun. I like seafood. Let's see what kind of fish they've got on offer. It was like fish and chips. I said, oh, what kind of fish is it? The guy looked at me blank in the face. He went, buttered. You don't even know what they've buttered. It could be a flip-flop for all we know. It actually tasted a bit like a flip-flop. British people love chips. Everything comes with chips. Fish and chips, sausage and chips and curry sauce, chips and gravy, chips and cheese, chips, cheese and gravy, chips and beans, risol and chips. What the fuck is a risol? Pie and chips, chipolatas, chip on your shoulder, jumpers as goalposts, chip the goalkeeper, the Chippendales, chip chimney, chip, churu. I don't get the obsession. When I first came to this country in the 90s, there was an advert on the television. This told me everything I needed to know about how much British people love chips. In the advert, the question was posed to a little girl. Daddy or chips? You might have seen the advert. Little girl called Sophie with her sister. Traveling home from school, they're on the bus, her sister turns to her. Hey Sophie, what do you prefer, daddy or chips? Sophie ruminates over this the whole journey home. She arrives home, she's repeating it like a mantra. Daddy or chips, daddy or chips. She sits down with some chips for dinner, struggling to figure it out. The father comes over, he takes 1 chip off her fork, eats it, winks and walks away. Do you know what she chose? Chips. Over her blood relative, she chose a plate of cut up potatoes. You might be watching this thinking, Ignacio, what's your problem? After this, we pop a few oven fries in. What's the big deal? I'll tell you the problem. The story doesn't end there. The father left. Do you think that those chips could provide for that family? Of course not. It's a plate of chips. They're lazy as shit. Yes, we eat potatoes in Spain as well, but we're not as obsessed as you are with chips. It's crazy. There's 3 staples to all Spanish cuisine: tomatoes, chorizo, olive oil. Every meal I had till the age of 7 all contained those 3 things. My birthday cakes growing up were shit, but the rest of the food was great. I'll tell you who I feel really sorry for in lockdown. Survivalists. They thought they had it sewn up. You know what I'm talking about. Bear Grylls type, stocking up tinned food, camouflage gear, and getting ready for the apocalypse. Well, guess what? The apocalypse came, and we all got ready for it pretty fucking quickly. I feel bad for those guys. I think they're sitting at home now like, why is everyone making it look so easy? They must be heartbroken. This was a big part of their personality. Also, they're stuck inside. What good's all that camouflage gear now? They should have opted for Magnolia clothing. That would have been better camouflage. I've always had a bit of an issue with camouflage. Why are you wearing jungle pattern BDUs in Swansea city centre? You're gonna go up against some dangerous pigeons? It doesn't make any sense. The worst ones are shorts. Camouflage shorts. Topless guys with tattoos and camouflage shorts. What are you camouflaging there? Even in a war scenario, the only thing you're camouflaging is your crotch. Maybe that's the most important thing to you. Actually, that might make sense in a war scenario. Holy shit, Sarge. You gotta see this. What is it, soldier? Holy fuck. That man's got no crotch. We're facing a dickless enemy. They've got nothing to lose. I also feel sorry for Jesus Christ. It's not like he can come back while we're in lockdown. If he takes one step out, my children, I have returned. They're gonna be like, get the fuck back inside, Jesus. I don't care who your dad is, even if he's Dominic Cummings. He can't even prove who he is. He can't feed the 5,000 this time around, can he? Because when he popped to the supermarket to get some loaves of bread and some fish, they only allowed him 2 items of each. And what good is he if he comes back? He can't heal anyone. My child, I can remove this burden from you. Jesus Christ, stay 2 meters away. Michelle and I moved in together in this flat 5 years ago, and we just argued about the layout for everything. It's the first time we'd lived together, and everyone's got different places they position stuff in their homes and kitchens. It depends on where your parents kept them. So when you first move in together in an adult relationship, you just find yourself squabbling over little things. The dishes can't go there, they should go over there. That's not where the washing up liquid should go, it should be under the sink. Why the fuck are the tomatoes in the fridge? It's worse when the other person's unpacked that room first. You're trying to figure out what's going on in that room and everything feels alien to you. Every cupboard you open, you're like, why would there be knives and forks in this cupboard? Why are the plates over here? Why are the mugs up there? Why are glasses in here? You open up a cupboard, there's a portal to another dimension in there. You're like, what the fuck? That should be under the stairs. It doesn't matter what's been passed down from your parents about what's kept where. Every single conceivable space is used for carrier bags. I think 90% of my income goes on carrier bags when I've forgotten to buy some and I go to Tesco. There is something great about the kitchen. I don't know what it is, but every house party I've ever been to, and I imagine it's the same for you, people flock to the kitchen. You can spend so much time preparing the living room, making everything spick and span, putting out food, drinks, doesn't matter. People are going to the kitchen. And you know why? Because that is where the booze is kept. British people love alcohol more than chips. More than chips. And if after a whole day of drinking, you finish it off with some chips, that is a perfect evening for a British person. When we started lockdown, people were nominating one another to down a pint. I couldn't figure out if this was the least or the most British thing I'd ever seen. Like a British person needs an excuse to down a pint. Hey Gary, down that pint. Gary downed this pint before the guy even mentioned anything. You don't need to nominate a British person to down a pint. It's as natural to them as repressing emotions or passive aggression. I'll tell you how I know British people love alcohol over everything else, including their own children. British people invented the Jaeger bomb. Not Jägermeister, that disgusting drink already existed. No, Britain needed a new weapon in their war against their livers, and they came up with the Jaeger bomb. Someone was like, we heard you like drinking, so we put a drink in your drink so you can drink while you're drinking. And British people said, yeah, absolutely, knock it back. I told that joke on stage before. Someone walked up to me after the show and he said, hey Ignacio, that joke doesn't make sense because in a Jaeger bomb, the Jägermeister's alcoholic, but it's mixed with Red Bull. That's not an alcoholic drink. That's how much British people love alcohol. Somebody walked up to me after a show to tell me there wasn't enough alcohol in that joke for him. We're never gonna get pissed off that joke, Ignacio. I think house parties were just invented to make it acceptable for people to drink at home. And you get the same characters at every house party. The person who didn't bring any of their own booze was drinking all of yours. The person who brought the shit booze from the back of the cupboard from Christmas 1996. The person who rocks up having been to 6 other house parties that night, they're crying, they're drunk, and nobody knows who they are. There's 2 types of hosts at the house party. The person who doesn't care and they want you to just have fun, and the person who's frantically cleaning up everything in sight as soon as the party begins. You pick up your glass and they're wiping the coaster before putting it back underneath the glass. This is actually a no-shoe household? Oh, really? This is actually a no buzzkill conversation, so you need to go somewhere else. Maybe you could get one of those 4 million carrier bags I saw in your kitchen last time we were here, and we could wrap them on our feet. Whatever the occasion, whatever the house party, there's always someone with an acoustic guitar. How? They didn't bring the acoustic guitar with them, there wasn't an acoustic guitar in the flat, but somehow they found one, and they insist on playing it. You'll all be trying to chill out, having a drink, having a conversation, maybe listening to some music, maybe there's something on the TV, maybe you're watching sports. And this dickhead shows up, strumming away one of the 4 songs he knows how to play. I don't remember inviting that guy. Who the fuck is he? Hey mate, who the fuck are you? Me? I'm acoustic guitar cunt. Whatever happened to that guy?
Your condiments, does the ketchup go in the fridge?
Yes, it says to on the bottle. You do everything the ketchup bottle tells you to do.
Where do you keep the washing liquid? Where it belongs, it's below the sink.
Who put wine in
How
here?
can you put the kettle here when the mugs are over there?
Where's the plug, genius?
Playing passive-aggressive musical plates till you reach the point where you just don't fucking care. Congratulations, this is called compromise. This is an adult relationship. It shouldn't come as a surprise when one of your bodies is found in recycling. This doesn't go in here. I should have gone in the fucking bin. This is an adult relationship.
I think it's about time for a commercial break.
Hi, I'm Lee Delame, and this is Kill It Kablam. It fucks up 99.9% of all bacteria, and the remaining 0.1% is left with severe emotional trauma. Sink stink. Kill it kablam. Vile tiles. Kill it kablam. Toilet felch. Kill it kablam. News reports really fucking up your buzz? Kill it kablam. Exhibiting virus symptoms like you downloaded your immune system on LimeWire in 2003? Kill it kablam. Better than a blast of really strong light, the best-selling cleaning product in more than one nondescript Eastern European country is now endorsed by the American Presidential Bureau of Medical Scientists. It has to be safe. Why wouldn't it be? I'm Lee Delame, and all charges filed against me are currently on hold until the judge is no longer furloughed. Kill it kablam, just £6.74 per gallon, or 15.5 Delame crypto credits. Kill it kablam. Buy Kill It Kablam now and get a voucher for Jurassic Joe's Park, valid all this week. Kill it kablam. Kill it kablam. What's in this stuff, mate? My hand's stinging like a bastard.
Join me, Ignacio Lopez, at 8 p.m. every Saturday as long as we're in lockdown for my Lockdown Lock-In pub quiz. Anyone can play, everyone's invited. All you need is a pen and paper. Questions about useless knowledge, film and TV, sports, music, and the silliest picture round in the world. Get your snacks and drinks ready and prepare to play. It's a pub quiz from the comfort of your own home. 8 p.m. every Saturday. Catch you then. They're soft. They're fluffy. And your finger won't go through as you're using them to wipe your butt. Puppies.
Welcome back. Please join me in giving a warm reception. Performing in his own bedroom, it's Ignacio Lopez.
Buenas tardes. Welcome to stop 3 on my worldwide tour of my flat. I should have made this like MTV Cribs. Do you remember MTV Cribs? If you don't know what it is, it's basically a prequel to a bunch of celebrities' bankruptcies. I could have gone through every cupboard. Look how much pasta I've got. Look how many clothes I have that are crimson. I bet there's a lot of rappers from the early 2000s watching old episodes of Cribs during lockdown and being like, damn, I wish I still had that place. Great to be here in my favorite room of the flat, the bedroom. This is the place I come to lie down and go on my phone. Something that fascinates me about bedrooms is the difference between bedrooms when you were a kid and bedrooms now you're an adult. When you were a kid, it's like, how much of my personality can I cram into this room? If I don't have Batman bed sheets, how are people gonna know I'm cool as fuck? So they litter their room with everything they can think of that sums them up as a person. Pogs, Mega Drive, comic books, action figures, stuffed toys. These might be personal examples. I think kids are stupid as fuck. That's why they need all of this stuff in their room to remind them who they are. That's why so many of them have their name on their bedroom door. This is Duncan's room. Do not enter, or else. Or else what, Duncan? Shut the fuck up. Kids plaster their rooms to show who they are to other kids as well, and then weirdly put a keep out sign on their door. You messed up there, didn't you, Duncan? Yeah, I guess that's a bit of a paradox I've made for myself. Don't ask me why 6-year-old Duncan's got such a great vocabulary. Paradox. When you're an adult, it's completely different. You want a room to be tranquil, calm, simple, and you want to forget everything about your life and your personality. I just want to fucking sleep. As an adult, I don't want to be reminded about my personality. My bedsheet better say fuck all about me. The only thing you should be able to glean from my bedsheet is that I like IKEA meatballs. Everyone's doing things to better themselves now, both internally and externally. Mental health's super important. People are doing meditation, mindfulness. I've been trying some of that stuff myself, because sleep is really important. I've got a nice calm ritual I do every night now. I listen to soothing music, maybe some scented candles. I try to let go of everything that's burdened me that day. And then I lie down in bed, let the calm flow through me, and then I undo all of that immediately by beaming 2 to 6 hours of bad news, Facebook and Twitter directly into my face every night. Someone else I feel sorry for in lockdown are burglars. Think about it. Burglars weren't furloughed. You can't be a burglar on Zoom. I mean, you could case a place out on Zoom, but you can't take anything. Even if they don't give a shit about following the rules and staying indoors, who the fuck they gonna rob? Everyone's at home. Comedians, musicians, doing gigs from their own house? What are burglars gonna do? Steal their own shit? Sleep is super important, but I don't get much. I'm always waking up early hours writing down jokes. The MTV Cribs one I wrote at 4 a.m. Did you like it? No? Obviously, as a comedian, I'm used to traveling up and down the country, staying in hotels, hostels, friends' houses, abandoned lifts in train stations. Not just doing stand-up, I'm missing the travel and staying in hotels. We've been trying to make the flat more like a hotel to feel more like home. We've been cutting the soap up into little pieces, Michelle's been kicking me out every day at 11. I've got to wait to come back in at 3 p.m. Michelle's been ignoring the do not disturb sign I made. The minibar is incredible. It's a full-size fridge in the kitchen. I used to work in a mattress store, and if you ever needed proof that British people are too reserved, this is how a regular person tests a mattress in this country. I'd be watching like, what the hell are you doing? What the fuck? Why are you squeezing the mattress? You're not testing out fruit. If you've been sleeping on bags of fruit, this is a major upgrade. I'd say to them, you've got to get onto the bed. Oh no, I couldn't possibly. There's people around. Nobody gives a shit. Get in the bed. It costs £600. Do you really want to buy something for that price with a 15-year guarantee to take it home and realize, oh shit, this feels like sleeping on a bag of spanners? Do you know how difficult it is doing a job where you're just trying to encourage everyone every day to get into bed? It's almost impossible to not seem creepy. I didn't pull it off. That's why I got fired. They'd get into bed stiff as a board like fucking Dracula. Are you sure you don't want to go next door to the funeral home? I'm sure they've got a coffin you can buy and sleep in. Is that how you sleep? Really? You don't lie on your side? No, completely flat. Okay. And what is this? You're not going to figure out a mattress from that. What good is that? Everyone used to enter the shop and go, yeah, maybe that mattress. That tells you nothing. What good is that? Have you ever taken a mattress home, pushed down and go, oh, I forgot to do the push down test? It's the same as the dickheads who kick a tire when they're trying out a car. What is that going to prove to you? Test drive it. What are you kicking the tire for? Never in the history of mankind has somebody forgotten to kick a tire when they're buying a car, driven it out of the garage having purchased it. Somebody runs over, kicks it, and the fucking car explodes.
Shopping for a mattress and you haven't got a clue about spring gauge or foam density, just find what's right for you. Don't be scared to lie down, don't care who is in the store. Try it right or might as well be fucking sleeping on the floor. Lie back, side to side, shift around, have a cry, bounce around. Mattress Town, it is time to get down. Lie back, side to side, shift around, have a cry, bounce around. Mattress Town, it is time to get down. Mattress shopping, don't be scared to fail. Mattress shopping, this jingle is for sale, sale, sale.
Thanks so much for sticking with this so far. So that is the end of the bedroom. I will see you on the final stop of the worldwide tour of my flat. Catch you in the living room.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time this evening, please go wild as he enters his own living room. It's Ignacio Lopez!
Buenas tardes! Welcome to the last part of my lockdown comedy special. What a delight to finish it off in my favorite room of the flat, the Netflix room, or as it's otherwise known, the living room. The living room is where we spend most of our time. You're probably in your living room right now. Or the toilet. You could be watching this on the toilet. That's perfectly possible. We've been trying to limit how much Netflix we watch outside of the living room, so that's kind of what this is for now. This is the Netflix room. Netflix has so many negative connotations now. People call it binging. Binging is something you do when you get ashamed of how much you've managed to fit of something into your body. Some people have said that Netflix is crack. Crack! The drug, crack. How is it like crack? I understand it can be quite addictive to watch your favorite show, to sit there, watch it again and again and again, but it's nothing like crack. I don't think. Netflix isn't even the product. The product is what's on Netflix. Netflix is just a form of distribution. Netflix is a dealer. Think about it. They give you a free trial to get you hooked. Once you're logged in, they start ramping up the price. And what choice do we have? We've got to get our fix somehow, our Netflix. I get annoyed that they get us hooked and then they don't give us the good stuff. For instance, once they used to have the Marvel movies, but now they slowly get rid of them and they're offering us other stuff with Chris Hemsworth in. I don't want your method on Marvel Universe, Netflix. Give me the real thing. It's not entirely like a dealer though. I can't imagine the dealers calling around going, "Hey, you still injecting? Hey, you've been using a lot of coke. Have you thought about using crack?" So what have I been up to in lockdown apart from running one of the 4 million pub quizzes that seem to have popped up? Well, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out Sudoku. I think I finally understand it. It's for people who hate their lives. Someone called me big-headed recently, which is ridiculous. My head is perfectly in proportion to the rest of my flawless body. As soon as the government were like, "We think it's best if you stay indoors, try and protect the NHS," everyone all of a sudden was like, "We better train for a marathon." I've never seen so many runners in my entire life. I wish I had shares in Sports Direct. I have to lean out the window and shout, "Hey! Stop running so much! Stay inside and get fat like the rest of us, you selfish bastards!" A lot of the observational material I've been writing is about what's been going on in direct proximity to my flat. How about all those dog shitting, huh? That is actually a major problem. For some reason, the patch of grass just outside our flat, we don't have a garden by the way, the patch of grass we've got out there, people love to take their dogs to shit on it. No way was there this much dog shit out there before lockdown. Is there a company renting out dogs to people who want to get out of the house in lockdown? People are out of work, I guess, furloughed, so they're at home, bored, got nothing to do. Hey honey, do you know what we should do? What? Get the dogs, jump in the car, we're going for a trip to that comedian Ignacio Lopez's place. How come? There's a perfect patch of grass to let the dog shit on outside. I've seen more dog anuses in the last couple of months than people who frequent bestiality websites. Like Pornhub. If that isn't a porn website for dogs, it should be. I'll give you an observational joke. You know primary school in this country? You know they've got those little toilets? You know the ones I'm talking about, the little toilets. I saw these and I asked myself 2 questions. 1, why? These kids have big toilets at home. Why do they need small ones in school? That's going to be more expensive to manufacture, surely. And secondly, what am I doing in a primary school right now? I am way old to be here. We actually live opposite a primary school, so usually Monday to Friday, all we hear is screaming kids. All day, every day, screaming kids. How annoying is that? Well, imagine 4 million mosquitoes learned how to play the kazoo out of tune. That is what all the screaming is like, continuously, all through the day, every day. But Ignacio, we're in lockdown. You don't have to put up with that anymore. Well, the school is still open. I don't know if it's for like NHS staff's kids, key workers, care workers, all of that kind of stuff. The kids are going there. There's not many of them. There's only about 8, and it does look quite sad now at playtime. It reminds me of when I was a kid and my mother would forget to sign the permission slip for a school trip, so I would have to spend that day in school with the dinner lady. We made good friends, Mavis and I. I think the kids are bummed out by being in school at all. Damn it, I wish my dad had a shit job like Brian's dad. He gets to stay home and play video games. The government changed its advice lately. They now say, stay alert. How the fuck am I supposed to stay alert when my coke dealer's been furloughed? Netflix? If any of you are self-employed like me, I feel for you. It's tough. We've got to get money anywhere we can. Let's see if this works. Alexa, transfer Ignacio £400 via PayPal. Did that work? If it did, thank you so much for your donation. We don't have an Alexa, so I'm not quite sure how it works, but our next door neighbors got one. You can hear them sometimes, like talking to it. Alexa. Thing is, we've got quite thin walls. And I don't know if you know this, but if you shout loud enough through the walls, they will call the police. Yes, I'm currently out of work, but there's some serious perks to lockdown. I haven't paid for a takeaway delivery in 6 weeks. Contactless. All I have to do is get to the front door before the old lady upstairs goes down to collect the delivery, and I get it for free. Well, we're nearly wrapped up for the show. Thank you so much for tuning into this weird experiment to see if comedy could exist in a vacuum. It beats Sudoku. I don't know about crack. I know there's a million other things you could be doing right now, even though we're stuck indoors, so it means a lot to me that you decided to spend this night with me. Thank you so much. Why don't I wrap up with a song? Okay, so you know every group of friends always has that one friend who thinks they're hilarious, but they're not. And if you don't know who that is, it's you. This is dedicated to those people. There's a sarcastic tone to everything you say, and you're turned on by your own use of wordplay. Sometimes your witty lines are best left unsaid, 'cause all your friends think you're a dickhead. What do they know? What do they know? Become a comedian. What do they know? You should have your own show. All those years in drama school, they weren't a waste. All you need for laughter is bad taste. Maybe change the words to a song you know on guitar. Fuck off, it's harder than it looks. You're a wannabe actor, washed up, failed rock star. They'll never know. They'll never know. What am I doing with my life? Become a comedian. They'll never know. You should have your own show. You're the best, you've got no rivals, but the audience are suicidal. That's an original song I wrote myself, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me on this tour of my flat. Muchas gracias. Diolch yn fawr. Take care.